What's happening, everyone? Welcome to another beautiful day in quarantine Florida. Gonna pick back up on the golf cart. So made a lot of progress, and I'll also go over the cabling and everything, and we'll take it out for a first test drive and check out the speed and the acceleration on it with all the new components. So also currently went ahead and decided to start painting, since I already have everything apart, and the original color was this brown pinstriped color that I guess whoever previously owned it tried to get it to match their RV. So I already got this section all done up in primer, which I used this bonding primer from Sherwin-Williams. Seemed to lay okay. It's got a little rough spots here, and then obviously there was like some body work on here, but it's not going to be perfect. Just trying to get it a decent looking color other than the brown. In worst case, you know, I'm spray painting it, so if it doesn't turn out good, then I'll just vinyl wrap it or something at another time. But this is the color we're going with: acrylic enamel gloss deep blue. So we'll lay a coat of this down and see how it sticks on this primer, and then lay some clear coat and see how it turns out. And then there's the cart out there. Everything's ready to go on it. Put a new steering wheel on it as well, so I'll show all that here shortly. And then yeah, hopefully we'll go take it for a ride and see how it does. So I spent all day messing with the house mostly, but I did get a couple layers of paint on this, and 2 layers of clear coat. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but it's very blue. You can still tell it's a rattle can job, so it's not the best looking in the world, but sure beats the brown color. So I think it came out pretty good for the most part. The body's a little beat up anyway, so. So we're going to go take this thing for a test drive. I'm going to pull my phone and use the GPS speedometer, see what we can get up to. I didn't film before I took it apart on the old setup, but it really struggled to even make it up hills, maybe 5-6 miles an hour, if that, and downhill you might have been hitting maybe 10. So this golf cart was not fast at all. I did put a NRG wheel on it I had laying around. A buddy of mine gave it to me because he bought it for his truck and it was too small, but it's actually perfect for the cart. And ordered a Yamaha hub adapter off of Buggies Unlimited. And yeah, just so if you ever want to get any type of steering wheel, it seems like that adapter will work with any 6-bolt car steering wheel. So pretty sweet. But without further ado, we'll get this started. Okay, solenoid's engaged. Use this speedometer deal here. Ooh. Also, I found the reverse is very touchy. I know I said in the last video that we left that wire out of it because we didn't think we needed it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and actually hook that back up, because it'll go full speed in reverse as well, and it's a little sketchy. So we'll get out of my yard here. Sorry, it's going to be probably pretty shaky video. Alright, so this kind of goes downhill. So let's see what we got. 17 miles an hour. Now we're starting to go downhill. 18. There's a car in the road, so we'll turn around here. Now going uphill. 15, 16. So even going uphill, we got about 17 miles an hour, which is way faster than it was before. And it's got a lot of acceleration too. Right, so there she is, everything hooked up, all the wiring's done, and really just gotta button up the body here, finish painting everything and putting all the little cage thing, the thing that holds the roof on, and everything back together. So this is months later now from the first part of this video. So the cart is painted now, painted the trim black, the body blue. I didn't do any filming when we had the did all the cabling, so I'm gonna kind of walk through that now, or from what I remember. So to start, your motor back here should be labeled S1, S2, A1, A2. You have 4 cables coming off of that. So your 2 S cables your S1 and your S2, so one's running down through here. These run to your switching contact here. So yeah, the wire I got marked 8 here runs back behind the batteries there, and that goes to the S2 down there. And then the wire marked 5 right here runs underneath the frame there and goes to S1. So that's the first 2 cables on the motor, and then your other 2 cables are the A1, A2 cables. So your A1 on this switching connector here, contact, runs down there. That's your A1. So it runs on the side, so there's only one connector down here that doesn't have anything going to it. On this side there's 2, so it goes to the contact there that's not connected to this, if that makes sense. So it's its own contact there. That's your A1. And then your A2 runs from the back of the motor, and that runs to your M negative on your all tracks. So it's actually hooked up underneath there. So just like it is on this diagram here. So those are the cables coming off the motor and where they go. So next you have this cable here on your reverse contactor, and this is going to run over to the B plus on the all tracks. That's all your cables for for that contactor that are connected to that contactor. Then on your B plus, that runs to your the one side of your solenoid. And then your other cable off of the solenoid runs to your positive, where your fuse is on your battery. Then the rest of the cables I got, they just all hook in series on the batteries. Pretty self-explanatory. The last ground cable there, your number 7, runs up underneath and hooks to the B negative on your Ultrax. Again, if you get this kit from Carts Unlimited, which is where I got it from, I definitely recommend. He pre-builds all these cables and everything, so you can order a cabling kit and you can order this whole setup, and he provides detailed instructions on how to hook it up. That's pretty much all the cabling. Sorry, couldn't be a little more informative. It's been a few months since I've had this all hooked together, so I just haven't gotten around to filming. So that's it all set up in there with the body back on. So in the next video, I mean, that's pretty much it for the actual build and getting all the components together and the wiring and have it actually running and driving. So the next stuff will be cosmetic stuff a little bit. I don't know how much more money I'm really going to sink into this, but I do have a lighting kit, a street lighting kit, so it'll come with taillights, headlights, a horn, turn signals, all that. And I'll be installing a power converter to be able to run the lighting kit, as well as other lights or a radio or any type of thing that runs a 12-volt source. And I also have a light bar for the front as well that I'll probably put on that little black bumper. So that'll be in the next video, getting all that together, and then who knows, maybe a lift kit and wheels down the road. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.